Hello everyone and welcome. So in today's video we're going to be looking at what do you need to know about your psychic gifts right now. And yeah, so I don't know what's going to come through. I might describe your psychic gifts or I might give you advice. We'll see what comes through. I've done this kind of video quite a lot in the past and they're kind of I feel like they're a bit of a classic, so I love doing this. So yeah, group 1, group 2, group 3, and then I'll see you for your reading. Okay, group 1, what did you get? Jupiter, abundance. Wow, I feel like your psychic gifts could make you a lot of abundance. Could create a lot of abundance for you. This is what Spirit wants you to know. And this could be directly or indirectly. Like you could download an incredible idea for a book through your third eye and see, visualize the entire plot and, see the main character in all this detail and write this incredibly compelling novel and it sells millions of copies and, you're so abundant from it. Like I'm feeling Spirit wants you to know that your psychic gifts will help you create abundance in this lifetime and to like really lean into them and to not think of, especially I'm seeing your imagination, like to not think of your imagination as being somehow not important or not valuable. Like your imagination is so valuable and important to you, and especially important to kind of how you're going to create abundance for yourself in this lifetime. And the other aspect to abundance that I'm getting is the more that you are aligned with Spirit, aligned with your sort of soul truth, like your soul's energy, the more abundance that you'll have, the more abundance of life force energy that you'll have flowing through your being, the more connected with Spirit that you'll be. So it's sort of like, the more connected with Spirit that you are, the more abundance you'll experience, the more spare time that you'll have. All of these kinds of things will correlate and be like, aligned together. So something about your psychic gifts can really create a lot of abundance for you in this lifetime. Your psychic gifts, your imagination. I'm really getting though your third eye, like your ability to sort of perceive of ideas or dream plans up or think of projects, inventions, or to visualize exactly what it is that you desire in great detail and then pull that towards you like a magnet. I'm also getting something to do with your experience, you're meant to experience abundance in this lifetime, and this is another message coming through. Especially if you are experiencing any feelings of not having abundance or a lack of abundance, right? I just feel like your spirit guides really want you to know that abundance is yours. It's happening for you in this lifetime. It's part of what your soul is here to experience, like is some level of abundance. I'm feeling strongly, and with Jupiter as well, there's something about your work that is meant to be magnified. It's meant to be seen by a lot of people. It's meant to be viewed by a lot of people, consumed by a lot of people, bought by a lot of people. It's meant to influence a lot of people energetically. Like there's a grandness to your energy field. There's a bigness to you where it's like you really think of things at a grand scale, or your work will influence people across the globe. It's big. Jupiter it magnifies things. It's like you have a magnifying glass energy where you kind of can blow things up. You can really make things bigger. And this is also a gift that I feel like you give to others, is like you almost show people how to be abundant. This is part of your psychic ability, is kind of like knowing how to have abundance. Something about your actual psychic abilities is like you know how to align yourself with abundance, and you really can help show other people the path to aligning themselves with abundance, because sometimes the path to aligning with abundance might be a path that your family don't approve of, or a path that other people think would never make you money or whatever. And it's sort of like you prove that that kind of stereotype is wrong, and you prove that the so-called impossible can be made possible. That's something that's really important about your energy. And it's how you influence others is like kind of as an inspiration figure, or maybe like an influencer of some kind. Like how you influence others is through being an influencer. Wow. But your energy is influential and inspiring, and it's meant to kind of be seen. It's meant to be on stage. It's meant to have an audience. It's meant to have eyes on it. And it could be your art or your work in some way. It doesn't have to be you individually if you're uncomfortable with that. But there is something about your energy field that attracts attention, and it attracts eyes upon it. yeah, there's something also really juicy coming through now. Like, because I'm seeing all the fruit, the fresh fruit. There's like juicy, sweet and juicy. I feel like there's something about you really can access flow state when you feel in touch with like the sweetness of the world. Like there's something about you bring sweetness to others. You bring sweetness to others. You bring sweetness to others. What is this? It's like you inspire others to indulge in life and experience life instead of kind of yeah, you really activate people. Maybe it's also through like you activate people to be more embodied, to enjoy life more, to enjoy like food and, you know, the sensory experiences of life. There's something about the enjoyment. You really show people how to enjoy life. You really activate people to be in their body, be in their senses. And now I'm being led to meditation, because meditation is like being present, and I'm feeling like you really know how to be present. Part of your psychic abilities is like your ability to be present in the moment and to experience life, which is actually such a gift, because, you know, if you've ever felt like time's just flying by and you're missing all of these things, like it's something about you where it's like you're almost going to experience, part of your gift is that you get to experience every moment. And this is if you don't feel it, if you feel like that's not the case, then I'd really recommend meditation practice for you, because I feel like this would really expand your energy field enough that you can really receive this gift that you have. So it's almost like you need to meditate to like expand out your energy field a little bit more so you can receive the frequency of this gift, because this gift is so beautiful. It's the gift of being able to experience every moment to the fullest, and that is what is going to create this feeling of abundance. It's like you get to taste everything completely, not missing a moment of anything in life. This is your gift. Being able to, yeah, and so at the end of the meal, you feel completely satisfied because you're like, wow, I tasted all of that and I was present for every moment, you know, instead of like completely distracted and not really there. So somehow you're also able to activate other people in this way, show other people how to be embodied or access the sweet and juicy parts of life. And maybe as well, I'm seeing something to do with your state of health. Like your psychic gifts might be really wrapped up in your sense of health. So if you feel really healthy, you might notice you feel more tapped in, you're getting more visions, you're having more dreams, dream recall, remembering your dreams more and getting messages through that. You're noticing synchronicities, you're noticing symbology. Yeah, I feel like you're really connected to dreams. I feel like you're really connected to kind of like the symbols that just appear everywhere in the world. Like you're really good at reading and deciphering symbology and understanding like the way that the universe's language is speaking to you. It's like you speak many languages from the way that the universe is speaking to you. You might be really good at reading tarot. You might be really good at understanding numerology, or understanding how to read auras, or understanding the meaning of different animals. Let's pull some more cards. What do you want group one to know? The Ace of Cups and the Hierophant. Okay, I feel like what Spirit wants you to know is that you're going to be having some kind of a new beginning, like a fresh start. I heard a fresh start. There's something very fresh. Okay, your energy is giving me sweet, juicy, fresh energy today. I feel like you're really stepping into some kind of leadership role, some kind of teaching role, some kind of service to humanity role, some kind of really, really, really activating your psychic abilities. This is this process that's happening. Your guides want you to know, because you might be sitting there feeling like, yeah, but I feel a little bit like shut down from my abilities, or I feel like not really in touch with that. And that might be also due to some kind of health concern. I'm also seeing that could be really impacting your psychic abilities right now. But I'm seeing a fresh start, a fresh start. I keep hearing fresh start, a fresh start, a new beginning is happening, and it's going to kind of propel you into some kind of a leadership role. It's going to propel you into some kind of an advancement with your psychic abilities that you haven't experienced yet. Like really, you might kind of feel like you're being thrown in the deep end a little bit, group one. But it's nothing you can't handle. Like it's not nothing to be afraid of, certainly not. It's something to definitely look forward to, because yeah, I see a fresh start where in the past, I feel like there might be frustration. You've been experiencing some kind of frustration, or even some kind of like self-doubt, like, am I, you know, ever going to experience my gifts or something? But I feel like you know deep down that you have them. You know deep down that you have more to experience. Like, there's more to explore, there's more to have, there's more to embody. And so yeah, I feel like that's kind of coming in, but it's almost like you're moving from 0 to 100 really quickly. And you know, it's not so much trickling in as it's like flooding in, and it's going to happen quite quite suddenly. Like, you wake up one day and then and suddenly, like, now you know, you're having prophetic dreams every night. This all of a sudden happens, and you're kind of thrown in the deep end, and you're like, okay, how do I deal with this? How do I decipher this? But you're going to be able to ground it. You're going to be able to ground it. It's a high frequency, but you're going to learn how to ground it. And it could just be that you need to journal your dreams. Like, for example, being thrown in the deep end, right? Where you're kind of feeling like you're going from 0 to 100, and you're having all of these prophetic dreams every single night. Well, one way that you would be able to ground that is to just learn to kind of take notes of these dreams, you know, during the night or in the morning, and kind of use that as a journal to like ground the experience. So you ground the frequency into the earth, and then it doesn't feel overwhelming. So I'm feeling like you're going to have some kind of a strategy to kind of intercept this experience so that it doesn't feel overwhelming to you, that you can ground the frequency into the earth. So this is a really positive thing, and this is another message coming through, is also letting you know that you can really trust in your abilities. You can really trust in your psychic abilities, and you can really trust in yourself. Like, you are capable of handling it, and you're more than competent, and also that you're safe to handle your psychic abilities, that you're safe to experience your psychic abilities. Yeah, that you're more than capable. If you ever encounter a challenge, or if you ever feel like, oh my gosh, is this overwhelming me, you're actually more than capable of learning how to ground that energy into the earth, like I gave the example of journaling. So yeah, really, you don't have to shy away from your own power. Like, I don't think you're going to. I think you're really going to find a strategy to intercept any overwhelm that might come up through how this sort of psychic abilities are activating really quickly. But it's not an unstable energy. Like, you know how sometimes they talk about Kundalini awakenings can be kind of unstable and, you know, not such a good idea. It's not like that. It's like very specific. Like, you all of a sudden start having, like, again, I keep using this one example, but it's like you all of a sudden start having prophetic dreams, and you might have had one or two here and there, but now all of a sudden you're having it every single night, and it's like, wow, I've been really thrown into the deep end where I'm just having this experience like all the time now, and I'm having to decipher it and integrate it like constantly. You know, it's something like that. It's something like that, or it's that. You know? Automatic writing as well. Yeah, and I feel like your one of the other gifts that wants to come through for you is your ability to access the Akashic records, your ability to access the answer to your questions. I feel like you're someone who has a lot of questions. Abundance, you have an abundance of questions with Jupiter. You have an insatiable curiosity, and you want to learn everything you can about the universe and the way things work, and it's a beautiful energy you have in you. So I feel like the other psychic gift that your spirit guides want you to know about is your ability to access the Akashic records, and therefore answer all of these questions that you have. And that those answers might come to you through automatic writing, or through your own meditation, or through revelations, or through tarot. There are many ways, or through a conversation with a friend, a synchronicity, confirming something. I'm also getting I'm seeing gifts. I'm seeing gifts coming in for you. My goodness, I'm seeing gifts coming in for you, and I'm seeing one of the gifts being a relationship with your spirit guides, or a relationship with or a spirit guide. A relationship with a spirit, yeah, like a spirit guide. And really knowing them, and like being in conversation with that as a guiding force in your life, and really feeling grounded and comforted by that. Yeah. All right, let's pull some final cards for you, Group 1. Final cards for Group 1, Spirit. The Four of Swords. Meditation. Spirit's telling you to meditate, and also sleep. Meditation and sleep, like if you might want to consider going to bed like an hour earlier than usual, or letting yourself sleep in a little bit more instead of, you know, waking yourself up too early, because there's something about your sleep that you just really need it. You really need it right now, but also there's a lot that processes for you in your sleep psychically and spiritually, and there's a lot that happens there, and it's a very sacred time. And the other thing is, if you give your spirit, saying that a lot takes place in your sleep as well, because sometimes spirit feels like that spirit can't get through to you during the day because your mind is busy, or you're always like you know, on your phone or working or with someone else. So there's sort of like there's almost a catch up that has to be played when you're asleep. But if you meditate, if you just create like 5 minutes, even just enough, it would be 5 minutes a day of silence where you're just intentionally sitting in meditation, then I feel like that would also help you get more deeper sleep even, and might diminish the need for extra sleep. But I still feel like rest is really key for you, like not pushing yourself too much physically at the moment. But meditation as well, I'm seeing a really strong message for like spirits, like, hey, you'll love it. Like spirit really is trying to be like a cheerleader and advocate for meditation for you, because spirit's like, you will love it, it's going to be so good for you, and you are going to love it. So yeah, you might want to consider doing some kind of daily meditation or getting back into meditation. Or if you are doing meditation, then this is really working for you, and every time you do meditate, I think you probably do feel better and you notice it, and it does have a direct impact on your psychic abilities and your intuition, your connection to spirit, and your experience of abundance as well. Meditation would be a great way to experience more abundance in your life, even financially, like in a material way. I'm seeing if you meditate, you create space more for things to come in for you. Okay, final card for group 1, Spirit. The Chariot. Look at you and your power, the Hierophant in the Chariot. Spirit saying, don't doubt yourself, don't doubt your abilities, especially if you feel like your abilities are somehow, you know, not available to you right now. Is kind of what I'm getting. Or in general, it might be right now during a phase, or it might be like sometimes off, sometimes on, sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. Or it might be you feel like a certain level of it just hasn't come online yet for you. So I'm feeling like to trust, because the Chariot, things are coming in. Like the Chariot is things coming in, change happening, movement happening. And the Chariot is also you being super empowered in your abilities and going full force ahead. Like you're kind of a natural, you're going to be a natural. When they come online, if they haven't already, or you might have already experienced this, if they have come on already, you're a natural. You are a natural. So it's not like you're going to have to play catch up and learn for heaps long how to use your gifts. Like when they come online, they're going to come online 100%. You're going to know what to do. And that's what I was saying about you're going to be able to troubleshoot. You're going to be able to problem solve really easily to do with your psychic abilities. I don't think there's going to be much that's going to derail you or overwhelm you, because you're kind of going to know what to do. You already have these gifts in you. You already have used them for so many lifetimes. When they come online, it's just going to be like a familiar friend. It's going to be like a puzzle piece coming back inside where it should have always been all along. So yeah. Okay, that's your reading, group 1. I do hope that it served you today and you enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, hi group 2. Let's see what you chose. So you chose South Node Past. Interesting. Okay, I feel like your psychic gifts, part of your psychic gifts is actually being able to read past lives. I feel read past lives in yourself and in others. And I feel like as well with the South Node past, it's almost like you're a natural, like your gifts would have been with you at a soul level kind of throughout all of your incarnations. This is such a deep part of you, and if you aren't in touch with it yet, like if you don't feel your psychic gifts are really fully kind of online yet in this life, then that probably feels like there's something really big missing for you, and your spirit guides kind of want to validate that experience for you and to let you know that you are meant to, and it's destined sort of for you to reconcile with this part of you that is your gifts. But yeah, you are a natural. It feels like in so many of your lifetimes you have expressed these gifts, and maybe there's something quite activating for you, I'm seeing, about knowing about a past life or several of your past lives to kind of know yourself better in this life. There's something about one of your past lives or several of them that will activate you in this life. It's like really important. Let's see what else is coming through. Focus. Interesting. Oh, look at that. 3333. The spider. Huh. Creative projects. That came out recently. Focus. 3333. You might be focused on the past. And I know that can sound, okay. So on a surface level, I feel like sometimes, yeah, Spirit's saying you might focus too much on the past and project that into the future, which might block your psychic gifts a bit. Because you might think, well, you know, this is how it was, so this is how it will always be. That's just a sort of side message. But I'm also seeing your focus on the past is this focus on a past life of yours is actually going to really put something into focus in this life for you. Like it's going to put something into focus, you know, like when a camera turns on and then it goes into focus and you can clearly see the image in front of you. There's something really important about a past life activating, so that you can put something into make something clear, make your path ahead clear, or make something clear about yourself, something maybe strong about your identity. And I also feel like there's even a creative project that is, wow, I feel like I've channeled this for, I'm pretty sure I've channeled this for YouTube before, but I'm getting this message again. It's that in your past life, you were working on a thread of your mission that continues into this life. And it's really, really a continued mission. It's not, the lifetime doesn't feel separate. It feels like a continuation. And in a way, it's always a continuation, I feel. But in this instance, it's like really much more than just a thread. It's like maybe one in particular lifetime, or there might be three or more, but they kind of form a cluster of one soul mission, one soul intention, and you have to break it down over many lifetimes. And I feel like this lifetime is kind of the culmination from all the work that you've done in the past, where you kind of get to see the final product, to weave the web and have it there for you. And look, 15, 1 and 5 is 6, 3 and 3 is 6, and then 3 and 3 is 6. Wow, there's something really lining up for you. It's really, really lining up for you soon. If things have felt frustrating because it felt like things weren't lining up in some way, things are lining up really soon. Yeah, and there is some kind of a creative aspect to your psychic gifts. Like you're meant to use your psychic gifts to create some kind of art, to create some kind of project, to create some kind of community. Yeah, you're definitely meant to kind of bring people together. Let's see if there's any more information about this past life energy. Look at that, the wind, fairy, thoughts, words, intellectual analysis. You're really smart in your past life. You really, really had brilliant ideas. You had a brilliant mind. And there's something about, it's like you started a creative project in that life and now it continues in this life. And I don't know fully how that's possible, but it's exactly what's coming through. It's like you started it in that life and now you're finishing it in this life. Wow. The High Priestess, discernment, prescience, prophecy, and vision. Yeah, it's like you had a vision. You know, I'm getting in your past life, you had a prophecy of this life currently. You had a prophecy of this life currently, and you saw yourself completing your mission. You saw yourself completing your vision. You saw yourself completing the creative project, the soul's intention. Wow. And High Priestess as well is just confirming especially your third eye is coming through as being very gifted in this sense. Yeah, and 6 is the number of the third eye. How interesting. And 2 + 9 is 2, and that's 2 there. So the third eye, the High Priestess, you have some kind of a vision it's within you. It's like in your DNA, it's in your bones, it's deep within you. You have a vision and you're going to make it happen. You're going to create it. It's going to come true. And this has been prophesized potentially by other people as well. But it's definitely been prophesized by even just yourself from another life where you saw this happen. And I feel like as well, you might have a spirit guide that is you from another lifetime, like another emanation of you. And there's something about interesting, I feel like in your past life, you were a little bit more intellectual with the words, intellectual analysis, the wind fairy. It's like you were more intellectual and analytical, and in a certain way that did kind of limit your psychic abilities a little bit, just a little bit. And in that way, you don't have that limitation in this life. In this life, it's like you have the intelligence that you had in that life, but you also have more of the ability to not analyze so much, not intellectualize to a point where it blocks you off from spirit. It's like you have the best of both worlds. And that's why it's saying discernment, because you have that discernment, you have that ability to analyze and discern, but you also have that ability to like sort of let yourself go into that astral plane and journey in that astral plane to receive downloads, to receive information. Like I'm seeing you, part of your psychic abilities is that you almost go journey in the astral, like you go traveling, astral projecting, and you get information, you summon information through those journeys. Like I'm seeing as well, you're very connected in with animal spirits, with the animal kingdom, and you might go on journeys with these animal spirits, and you might even turn yourself into an animal, like some kind of a like Black Panther or a lion, or like I'm just seeing running really fast, and then maybe as well in the ocean, diving into the ocean. So it's almost like you have the ability to move through different worlds, to to live in all of these different, to experience all of these different worlds, to go, it's like you go traveling, but you're going traveling in your mind. You're going traveling into different realms, into different dimensions, into different planes of existence, and you're developing so much wisdom through that. So it's kind of like you have more of an ability in this life to kind of let yourself go into that dream world, into that astral kind of place, other dimensions, letting yourself roam and be free, and to kind of allow yourself to get your wisdom through your experience in this life, instead of through like sort of learning, right, through kind of studying about it or reading about it. No, you're here to experience it. So there's something about you in this life as well, really learning about your emotions and learning how to fully let them wash through you. I feel like that's actually part of your psychic abilities, is that your emotions are like really psychic. You have really psychic emotions. You really might emotionally react to different places because of the energetic residue that exists there. Or you might emotionally react to different people, situations. You're very able to trust your emotional reactions to things. Or if you feel uneasy around someone or fear, that's your emotions telling you something. And you're allowed to, really listen to that and use your emotions to discern your way through the world. I feel like that emotional aspect is something that you're really reclaiming in this life, because I feel like in this past life it's coming through with the wind fairy. There was something about your emotions that were pushed down a little bit, and I think it was some kind of environment that you were in, or some kind of role that you had, or some kind of community or cultural expectation where some aspect of your emotions or your ability to psychically perceive through your emotions was dampened in some way or pushed down in some way. And in this lifetime, you're really claiming that, you're reclaiming that. And it could have just been, it could have even just, like I'm getting, might have just been a cultural restriction in that lifetime. And in this lifetime, you're able to like flow with your emotions and learn through your emotional experiences. But you really, you really have a strong creative energy and a strong manifestation energy. So you're really able to create and manifest, like kind of build what it is that you want. To build what it is that you want. I just saw this at the bottom of the deck, the Grail Knight. Romance, illusion, seeking the sacred. It's so interesting. You might really connect in with this era of existence, kind of like the Night era, or even like the Avalon, because this is the Avalon Oracle deck. The Avalon energy is coming through strongly now. Something about illusions, like in your past life, you believed in some kind of an illusion, and you gave your, like, see the Grail Knight, it's like the Grail Knight represents like integrity and giving yourself to a cause wholeheartedly, like giving your life for a cause, what you believe in, and showing courage and integrity to your life path, to your mission, like giving life your all, giving your mission everything. And it's like you did that in your past life, you do that. I feel like you have this integrity in you regardless in all of your lives, but it's like you did that in your past life, but you did it towards something that you didn't realize had some kind of an illusion element to it, and you were tricked, you were deceived, and a part of your intuition kind of knew something, but you overruled it with intellectual analysis, with your intellect, with your intelligence, and you were very sort of intelligent in that life, like extremely smart, and other people thought you were very intelligent, sort of smart in a very classical sense of being smart, in a very everyone would agree this person's smart, not like smart in their own way, like you were really smart. You're a bit of a genius even, and so, but yeah, somehow you were giving yourself to something. It could have been a romantic relationship. You didn't realize the person was had some kind of illusion energy to them, or lying to you or something, but I feel like more of it though feels more like it was to your cause. You felt like you were giving yourself to your cause, to your life, to your mission, to your life's purpose, but something about it, you weren't perceiving it fully clearly, and therefore you were giving yourself to an illusion in some way. And this crush, like I feel like this crushed you if you ever found out in that lifetime. And for some of you didn't find out until after your life, and until you were in that in-between place before you choose to reincarnate again. And that's why I think it was so important for you in this life to have your emotions being really in a place where you could learn how to value them so deeply, because your intuition, your emotional intelligence was telling you one thing in this life, but you weren't able to take it on board. And it also felt like too much of an emotional cost to accept the illusion. But in this lifetime, conversely, I feel like you are really all about seeing through illusions. I feel like you might, be all about discernment and, not taking things at face value, or not taking someone on their word necessarily, right? And so I think that's a really positive thing. And I feel like with South Node coming up, I feel like your spirit guides want you to know that understanding more about yourself as a full kind of being that extends across more than one lifetime is going to help you understand your journey in this lifetime, your struggles in this lifetime, your strengths in this lifetime, because you have so many strengths. Like you really came in with a lot in your toolkit, kind of, so to speak, because the South Node past card, it basically is talking about, like, the South Node to me is the kind of strengths and abilities that you incarnate with that are just inherently within you. You're just a natural at this sport, or you're just a natural at singing or public speaking or communicating, or you're just a natural empath, or you're a natural comedian. Like, these are the talents and the abilities that we have within us that come so easily to us, and that really can shape a really core aspect of who we are. And it can also be the lessons that we've already mastered, the things that we already know really deeply, like we're really wise to these things. And then the North Node, which is the counterpart to the South Node, the North Node represents sort of almost like a North Star in a way, like a direction, a compass, where we're meant to kind of allow ourselves to venture out of our comfort zone towards that place, towards something unfamiliar and unknown, in order for our soul to keep on expanding. You know, we can't only stay in the place of what is safe, what is known. We also expand, but it's not about just only moving in one direction. It's about honoring both the South Node and the Past Node wisdom. We need both of those things. So I feel like there's something coming through now about this South Node, North Node thing. Let's see what this message is. Interesting. It's really, this is such an interesting message. I feel, oh, wow. I feel like because I was saying how your past lives have so much connection with your current life, like it's almost it feels like a very strong continuation from many lifetimes. You've been building and building and building upon something in order to create a final vision, a final destination, a final mission, soul's intention. And it's almost saying to me that you might be comfortable in the building phase because you've spent many lifetimes sort of experiencing that, and it might feel like really daunting to be in the completion lifetime. Like, oh my God. It's almost like you're standing on the edge of a cliff and you're like, am I really doing this? Are you sure? Like, I feel like there's some kind of trepidation or fear to do with the fact that this mission that you're being pulled towards is so terrifying. So something fairly out of your comfort zone is what you're here to do in this lifetime, because it's coming off the tail end of so much preparation, of so much laying the groundwork. And it's not that those lifetimes weren't as important as this lifetime or anything, but it's just that there are many threads coming together in this lifetime that could make it feel really big, or it could make it feel like so foreign to be in the completion energy. Yeah. So I feel like in this life you really will be facing your fears. And look, 6 again. 6 come through again. You really will be facing your fears in this lifetime, in terms of fear of success, fear of how far you can go, fear of how high you can fly. It's really that. It's the fear of like, oh my gosh, now it's actually time to deliver. What if I can't do it? It's fear of failure / fear of success, both at the same time. And then it's fear of, what if I do fly? What if I can do it? You might be, I feel like something to do with, and the reason that this mission has taken so long over many lifetimes is because it's something that seems impossible, or it's something that impacts a lot of people, or it's something that impacts a trajectory of the collective in some way. Yeah. You just have a deep knowing, group 2. You have such a deep knowing, and it's been with you for so many lifetimes. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful mission. And your psychic gifts are a part of this. Your psychic gifts, I feel like you already are psychic, and you already have your gifts online, but more and more and more of it coming in to kind of satisfy you, I feel like you might be realizing there's more. It's like, hey, I remember how it feels to be in touch with more than this in my other lifetimes. Like, where is it? It's coming. Okay, group 2. All right, that's all that I have for you, group 2. But seriously, what an incredible life you have ahead of you. Like, seriously. All right, I send you so much love, and yeah, I'll see you in another video. Bye. Hello, group 3, and welcome. So let's see what Spirit wants you to know about your psychic gifts. Sagittarius expand. This is crazy. I was just tuning in with the Sagittarius new moon for the moon cycle that I'm doing, and now this has come through. That's so synchronistic. So, okay. Expand. What do you need to know about your psychic gifts? Your psychic gifts are really here to serve humanity. And I don't know, there's some kind of humanitarian aspect to your gifts. That's what I'm getting. There's something about your gifts that really serve the whole. They serve the unity. They serve the collective consciousness. You really might have a vision for your lifetime, or like I'm seeing the bow and arrow, being drawn to the bow and arrow on this card, and I'm seeing for you, it's like there's something that you're here to shoot. Like you're here to shoot an arrow of some kind of an intention out into the world, out into the universe in this lifetime. And the energy that you put behind it is going to make sure that it kind of becomes something. Like it's almost like I see you shooting an arrow into the sky and it becoming a star. Like there's something like you're shooting an arrow and it's becoming something magnificent, and you're creating something that people might feel like is impossible, or that sometimes you might even feel like is impossible, but you really are here to do the impossible, to push the limits on what people think is possible, what people think is realistic, what people think is even likely to happen. And you're here to kind of rethink, like to expand beyond what we know and to push the boundaries of what we think is possible. This is how your psychic gifts are here to kind of influence the world and to give to the world, like because they're gifts. So it's there's something that really is a blessing about you, and it's because of the influence that you have in the way that you can push and expand the collective consciousness and expand what people think is possible, expanding on what has even ever been done before. So it's kind of proving that it's possible. Not just putting forward the idea and being like, hey, we could do this, or life could be this way, and having the vision, which is great, but it's like you actually put that into action and push the boundaries by showing that this is happening. The impossible has been done. And like people believe in magic because of you. Yeah, maybe you also, I'm feeling, act as an activator for other people. There's something very social about your energy. And it doesn't mean that you're an extrovert or anything. You could be the biggest introvert. But there's something about the way that your energy is going to influence the collective consciousness. It's almost like it's going to talk to everyone. It's going to speak to everyone. Yeah, it's like social. Really interesting. Expand beyond what you know. Wow. I feel like travel could be quite important for you. Let's pull some more cards. Travel could also help you activate your gifts. Going like novelty. Yeah, actually, this is coming through strong. If you want to activate more of your psychic gifts, and it will come through spontaneously in the moment, if you are giving yourself novel stimuli, like novelty, like going to a place you've never been before, or going to a part of seeing nature, like going for a walk in nature where you've never been before, is going to activate you. Interesting. The Grail Knight, that came through for group 2, I think it was. And the Bard, music, poetry, myth, history, the enchantment of storytelling, romance, illusions, seeking the sacred, the Grail Knight. This has got some really medieval energy to it right now. I mean, this is also, keeping in mind, this is the Avalon Oracle, so fair enough that it's medieval, but there's something specific about this energy. Let me tune in. Yeah, I feel like it's the ancientness. It's the ancient energy here that's coming through. You have some kind of ancient knowledge and wisdom in you. Yeah, there's like an ancient wisdom you have in you that you're here to speak and share, because we've got music, poetry, myth, history, and storytelling. So you're here to speak. It could even be through light language or channeling of some kind. Something about your voice, or it could be your actual music. You're here to create music. But yeah, something about your voice frequency is going to enter the collective consciousness, and it's going to allow the frequencies to expand. You're here to really expand the collective consciousness, because Yeah, and it's really inspiring energy. This is your psychic gifts is seeing that things can be done. It's like seeing the possibility where others see something as being impossible. And I feel like as well, it's like you stay so loyal to your vision. You stay so loyal to your belief that things can be different, that things can change, that things can get better. You stay loyal to that. With the Grail Knight, yeah, and that's so beautiful because it's so, and it allows others to see, to hold on as well, because you stay really loyal in your faith. You have a strong sense of faith and optimism with Sagittarius as well, yeah. You have a strong optimism where others can struggle, which is, rightly so sometimes. But it's like somehow you help to ignite that back for people. You really ignite optimism. You really carry a light. You carry such a light with you, like a firelight, the warmth and the comfort of a fire. Yeah, you also have this friendliness to you, like you're kind of this universal friend on this earth. There's something about you where you can almost connect with anyone, or yeah, there's something just so inclusive about your energy. Like when you have a vision, it's like it includes everyone. It includes everything. You care for everyone. You care for all beings. That's so beautiful. Okay. What does group 3 need to know about their psychic gift, spirit? The 10 of Swords. Wow. Temperance. Temperance is a Sagittarius energy as well. Okay. I feel like right now, or in the recent past, you might have been going through something which felt like a very tough cycle with the 10 of Swords. But I see a new beginning. Look at this. We got the Fool here. The Fool feels very relevant to you, to your energy, because the Fool is kind of, introducing something completely new, like inventing something that's never been thought of before, or something that, again, like pushing the limits on what we think is possible. Creation. It's like pure creation energy, because it's not copying or mimicking. It's like creating something completely new, creating a completely new experience, and setting a new limit on, like, it's like pushing the boundaries, setting a new limit. It's really cool energy. It's really progressive energy, but I also can see that it could make for a challenging path at the same time. And with Temperance, this energy is guiding you, this inner knowing that you have is guiding you, and you can trust that, and you can follow your path. Your spirit guides want you to trust in your path right now, especially right now. Because with the 10 of Swords showing up, you're right at the end. The 10 of Swords is like, there's already been 10 swords. There's no more, right? It's like there's coming to an end of the amount of times that these sort of swords can show up. 10 is the final. It's like boom. And then new beginning, reborn. So there's some kind of shift happening for you, and your guides want you to trust right now in this transformation, because there's a lot of energies changing. I'm being drawn to the water and the fire here. It's like some energy in you is changing. It's like it's going from water to fire, and it might be quite a strange shift. Like I'm seeing a huge energetic shift in your body. You're going through it right now. It's already happening, but I'm seeing this ancient wisdom, this ancient knowledge within you is like rising up, and it's really becoming embodied, but it's causing a lot of a stir. It's causing a lot of a stir. Wow. It's causing a lot of changes. It's causing a lot of shifts in your energy body. It's causing a lot to move, and it might be causing tiredness. It might be causing other symptoms, but I'm seeing so much changing in your energy and in your life. And your spirit guides want you to know you're on your path. Yeah, you're on your path. And really, sometimes, it might feel like even though you hold this light of faith for others and you have a strong faith, sometimes maybe you feel beaten down by the path, the earth shows you. But Spirit is saying, do not give up on your vision. Always hold your vision, because you really have the ability to make your vision happen, to really, really, really make it happen. I see that you really have the ability to keep yourself into alignment as well. This is one of your gifts. This is one of your psychic gifts, is your ability to stay in alignment. Even when there's like temptations on the path, or you have a strong intuitive sense of when you've you have a strong intuitive sense of when you've gone off your path a little bit, when you've strayed a little bit, and you are really good at pulling yourself back to center, back to the center, back to your path. That's one of your psychic gifts, and you're actually really good at reading that in other people, really good at discerning when other people might have sort of gone a bit out of alignment. And you might see truth that other people don't see. That's another psychic gift I'm seeing. Like you might think something's like a bit off or suspicious when someone else is like, no, it's totally fine. But then it turns out that was a bit off or suspicious. Like you might be more discerning than the average person. And that's one of your psychic gifts, is your ability to discern energy. But yeah, there's something about your voice. Like you are meant to be a channeler. You're meant to, I really see light language in you because of the kind of music energy here and the ancient energy that I feel in you. But it could also be, that could just be a part of you as well. Music could be really, I feel like music's important to you, and you could be an incredible musician or you might be an incredible writer or storyteller, or you might be incredible at translating myths and legends, or you might be really sort of meant to somehow carry on some kind of storytelling tradition in some way, or like carry on a history that otherwise wouldn't be known somehow. Yeah, I feel like you're constantly like checking yourself to see if you're in alignment. Does this feel right? And you're really good at not going against your own intuition. That's one of your strengths, is staying in alignment with your intuition, not going against that. And you really show other people how to do that and how to have the strength to do that, no matter how hard it gets, to keep your integrity. Yeah. Okay, anything else you want to say to group 3, Spirit, about their psychic gifts? The Queen of Cups, it's going to get easier. Something's going to get easier for you. It's going to get easier, that's what I heard. Your psychic ability, something to do with them, with maybe your ability to channel, or your ability to connect to your creative energy, or to connect with spirit in general. Something's going to get easier. Maybe your path is about to get easier. Maybe your channeling's going to come easier to you. Or your healing's going to feel like something's going to feel, yeah, it's like you're going to be entering flow state more. And I see as well, if you feel a sense of, there's some psychic ability that you feel within you, but it's not fully expressed itself yet. I feel like that's coming. And you don't have to force it or anything. It's going to come through the feminine, through the softness, through like a gentle, allowing energy in you. There's something coming through about improving. I don't know how to put this. Improving. You are improving. Yeah. And especially in one particular area, you might be quite skilled in one particular area right now. but you're going to have like a quantum leap. You're going to improve in a very big way. When's that happening, Spirit? It's already happening. Give me one more card about this then. Three of Swords. Yeah, okay. The more that your energy heals from the painful experiences, the more that some kind of gift you have is going to improve. And you're going to shock yourself. You're going to surprise yourself at how good at this gift you actually are. It's not something you have fully experienced yet. I can say that. Like you have gifts already. You are gifted already. You have a lot of gifts already. But this is something that is more than what you've experienced. You might have had glimpses of this. It might have come in spontaneously here or there, or for a few weeks or once or twice, but this is not something that has been steadily with you, and it's coming in and it's going to be steadily with you. It's already happening. There's an energetic transformation and healing taking place. It's already occurring, and this gift that, you know, you're going to blow yourself away because you're going to be it's going to be like, it's such a gift. It's going to be such a gift to you. You're going to be so good at it. And I mean, good at it isn't even the right word, but it's more like it's just going to feel so good to let it flow through you. It's going to, yeah, it's a strong and powerful gift, and others are going to take notice of it as well. And it's almost shocking. It's almost shocking because it's so powerful. And yeah, you're going to really blow yourself away. Like, for example, you record like a whole album in a really short amount of time. Like, all of this energy comes through you. All of this inspiration comes through you. And it's from this healing. Or you, like, I don't know, get the idea for a book and you channel this whole book. Or you've never channeled light language before and now you're channeling this beautiful light language all the time. You know, this kind of thing. Like a real big change. Yeah, so you got that to look forward to, I'm seeing. All right, group 3, that's all we really have time for today. But yeah, I do hope that you enjoyed your reading and that it served and helped you in some way. And I wish you all the best. Take care, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.